Calling all football fans! One of the most popular sports in the world, football can be played anywhere as long as you have a ball and some friends to compete against. Welcome to Trending Tickets, and today we're going to bring you back to football glory with the top 10 goals in the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. Buckle up for this thrilling ride and watch out until the end because that goal is the greatest of them all. At number 10 is Kylian Mbappe's goal for France against Croatia in the World Cup final. At this moment in time, the 19-year-old forward Kylian Mbappe was just taking part in his first major tournament with France, and what a stage it was in the 2018 World Cup. Prior to this moment, France was leading Croatia by 2 goals with a score of 3-1. Mbappe, known for his pace and skill, was tiring out the Croatian defense, and in the biggest and most important match of his life, it was only fitting that Mbappe got himself on the score sheet to put the shine on the score and make it 4-1, hitting a sweetly struck effort from the edge of the penalty area, which Daniel Subasic stood no chance. Croatian striker Mario Mandzukic would score a consolation goal later to make it 4-2, but the damage was done and the match would end 4-2 in France's favor, making them the World Cup champions. Kylian Mbappe would end the tournament with 4 goals and the award for being the FIFA World Cup Best Young Player. Mbappe would also be the first teenager to score in a World Cup final since Pelé scored for Brazil against Sweden almost 60 years ago in 1958. This just proves that you don't need to be the star player to become the lifesaver. But if you thought that Mbappe's effort was the best goal of the tournament, number 1 will prove you wrong. Coming in at number 9 is Belgian striker Dries Mertens' volley versus Panama. Mertens originally started his career on the left side as a winger, small but skillful. It was only in the season of 2016 when Mertens realized his potential as a striker, finding the back of the net 28 times for Italian football club Napoli. So it was not surprising when on June 18, the day of the opening game of Belgium in the 2018 World Cup, Mertens broke the deadlock 2 minutes after the start of the second half with a super shot into the opposite corner beyond a helpless Jaime Pinedo in the Panama goal. The Belgians ended up winning the game following 2 goals from Mertens' strike partner Romelu Lukaku, putting the polish on a 3-0 victory for Belgium. The goal didn't end up to be too important for Belgium, but this volley is a shot few strikers would dream to try, much less hit with cool and calm perfection like Mertens. Following that is number 8 with Denis Cheryshev's sublime shot against Croatia for Russia. The Real Madrid left winger was having a good tournament, scoring 3 goals for his country. On July 7, 2018, Cheryshev was expected to be a menace against the Croatian defense in what would be a dogfight for a place in the semifinals with Russia as the underdogs. With the match scoreless, Cheryshev took the ball from a few meters behind the Croatians' penalty box and hit the ball with his stronger left foot, curling it beautifully past the reach of the keeper Daniel Subasic, who did not react at all, and into the top left corner of the net. Unfortunately, despite Cheryshev's goal, the Croats triumphed in the end with a 4-3 penalty shootout win after the score ended 2-2 in extra time. However, the goal was nominated for the Hyundai Goal of the Tournament of the 2018 FIFA World Cup, though it did not win. At number 7 is German player Toni Kroos' effort versus Sweden. Being a seasoned veteran of Real Madrid and Germany's various international age groups, many expected Kroos to have a key part in leading Germany to a second World Cup triumph after 2014. But that didn't seem to be the case as the Germans disappointed by losing their first Group F game against Mexico 1-0. To keep their hopes alive of qualifying for the round of 16, Germany had to win against Sweden. On June 23, as the game between Sweden and Germany headed into added time at a deadlock of 1-1, Germany continued to squander chances in the second half, and the team was soon reduced to 10 players after Jerome Boateng got sent off. In the 95th minute, Germany earned a foul on the left side of the penalty box. Kroos, through a free kick routine with Roos, fires a curled shot into the far side of the net to win the game 2-1 for Germany, sending German fans into raptures. However, it was in vain as the Germans were knocked out anyway, losing 2-0 versus South Korea 4 days later. What an adrenaline-pumping last-minute goal from Kroos. Stay tuned for number 1 though, that one is gonna raise goosebumps on your skin. In number 6, we have Belgium's team goal against Japan, with a shot coming from Nasser Chadli. This match was the deciding game in the round of 16 for Japan and Belgium, with the winner facing Brazil in the quarterfinals. Going into this moment, the match was tied at 2-2 with extra time seeming like an inevitability. However, in the 94th minute, Following a corner, the Belgians launched a counterattack from their own penalty box, starting with goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois rolling it to Kevin De Bruyne. The Belgians quickly moved the ball forward, and the move ended with substitute Nasser Chadli applying the finishing touch to a textbook counterattack to send the Belgian fans into a delirium. Belgium would end up winning the game and against Brazil in the quarterfinals before falling 1-0 versus France in the semi-finals. Nasser Chadli's goal was chosen by the BBC panel as the goal of the tournament for the 2018 World Cup. At number 5 for this list is Ronaldo, perhaps one of the most famous football players alongside Lionel Messi, as he finds himself on this list with his fine strike against Spain to cap off his hat-trick. Naturally a forward, Ronaldo is capable of scoring in various ways, and this goal was no different. This match, taking place on June 15, was the opening game of Group B, which consisted of Portugal, Spain, Iran, and Morocco. The game was back and forth between Spain and Portugal, with Spain coming into this moment with a 3-2 lead. As the clock wound down, Spanish defender Gerard Piqué brought down Cristiano Ronaldo just outside the box in the 88th minute. The Portuguese striker dusted himself off and took the free kick with his signature knuckleball technique, sending it into the top right corner away from David De Gea. This thrilling match would eventually end with a score of 3-3, with Ronaldo earning the Man of the Match award for his performance. For number 4, who else to follow Ronaldo but Lionel Messi's goal for Argentina against Nigeria? The left-footed right winger, who has remained loyal to FC Barcelona for his entire career, reminded everyone on June 26, 2018 that he was one of the best players of the game. In Argentina's final group stage match against Nigeria, Messi scored the opening goal in an eventual 2-1 victory. A goal of tournament contender, Messi received a long pass from midfield and controlled the ball with 2 touches before striking it cleanly across the goal with his weaker right foot. With that goal, Messi became the 3rd Argentinian to score in 3 different World Cups, and the first player to score in the World Cup in his teens, 20s, and 30s. Argentina would qualify for the round of 16 before losing to France 4-3, but what a magnificent goal this was for Messi. In the number 3 spot, we have Kieran Trippier's free kick against Croatia to open the match. On July 11, 2018, England fans began to dream of winning the World Cup as the Croatian midfielder Luka Modric committed a foul outside the England penalty box in the 5th minute. To their surprise, defender Kieran Trippier stepped up to take the free kick for England. However, their surprise turned into celebration as Trippier curled a delicious free kick past the helpless Daniel Subasic to give England the lead. However, their celebration would be short-lived as England went on to lose 2-1 to Croatia and end the tournament in 4th place after losing to Belgium in the playoffs. This would be England's furthest finish in a World Cup since finishing in 4th place during the 1990 World Cup. Taking the number 2 spot is Nacho's goal for Spain against Portugal. Jose Ignacio Fernandez Iglesias, or more aptly known as Nacho, is a defender who can play anywhere across the backline, but mainly plays at right back. The opening Group B match against Portugal on the 15th of June was only Nacho's 18th start as a player for the Spanish national team. Before the moment, Spain and Portugal were scoring goals back and forth, and Spain would score first before Portugal would equalize. Spanish forward Diego Costa would score twice in the 24th and 55th minute before Ronaldo would equalize both times. Nacho was at fault for the first Portugal goal by Cristiano Ronaldo as he brought Ronaldo down in the box, after which Ronaldo calmly dispatched the penalty for a Portugal goal. But Nacho would make amends for his mistake by scoring his first international goal for Spain by powering a superb half volley in off the far post past the helpless Rui Patricio. The match would eventually end in a 3-3 draw, and Spain would reach the round of 16, where they would lose 4-3 on penalties to Russia. Finally, at number 1 is France's Benjamin Pavard's strike against Argentina. On June 16, 2018, France was under pressure against Argentina as the team was going into the second half 1 goal down. Pavard, usually a center-back, was playing right back during the game, and in only his 9th appearance for Le Bleu, no one expected the unassuming defender to score a goal of this quality in the 48th minute. At that moment, Theo Hernandez swinging low cross bubbled twice across the floor of the Argentine defense. Pavard, leaning far toward his left, met the ball in midair with the outside of his right foot. The curl and arc of his spinning shot carried it away beyond the reach of goalkeeper Franco Armani and nestled safely into the left side netting. That was Pavard's first international goal for France, and he would be the first defender to score for France since Lilian Thuram against Croatia in the 1980 World Cup semi-final. France would later win the game, courtesy of Kylian Mbappe, and Benjamin Pavard's goal would be nominated for Goal of the Year and voted as the goal of the tournament. Do you agree with our list? Which goal from the FIFA World Cup had you jumping on your seats? Sound off in the comments below. And if you love this video about priceless moments, you'll love our other content on the top YouTuber apology videos. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when we come out with more amazing content.